Welcome to the gasper. I am just doing another video. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about Star Wars once again. Not just about Star Wars. I heard George Lucas is buying Star Wars back. Once again, Star Wars and Lucasfilm will be back in George Lucas's possession and stuff. I think it's a good thing because every company Disney buys and stuff, all the companies are failing Disney, even though they're buying them, because when Walt Disney was in charge of Disney and stuff, his own Disney company, everything he made on his own back in 1930 and 1940, every animation movie he made, it succeeded and stuff. When he was alive, everything Disney did and Walt Disney did, it all succeeded. But now, since Walt Disney isn't alive anymore, it's been like 50 years since he passed, or at least 100 years ago, I think, because Disney bought in a lot of companies and stuff, but they've been trying to keep it going, but Disney stocks are going down and stuff, especially with Disney Plus and stuff, because it ain't because they're buying other stuff, it's because people are claiming that Disney is milking off of those movie franchises, all those movie industries, just buying them out, just hiring people to direct them, because some people with the directing and the editing and the production, they don't know what they're doing. That's why it keeps failing and stuff, because they go random places with movies these days, especially Star Wars, because I got to admit to you, Star Wars The Book of Boba Fett, the few episodes were good, where Boba crawls out of the Starlight Pit and stuff, gets his ship back, but it was just kind of all over the place. I mean, except for Cad Bane versus Boba Fett. That was a good scene right there, kind of bringing Cad Bane from Clone Wars into the animation shows, especially with The Mandalorian Season 3. I liked it, but a lot of people did, because there's a few characters that these people didn't want in the show and stuff. And I guess the rumors are kind of right in the way. Disney is kind of milking movie and production franchises and stuff, and that's why it's going down a little bit. When Walt Disney was in charge and stuff, it had its peaks and valleys because of the World War II thing and stuff. When there was a war, it did go downhill a little bit, but as he figured it out and stuff, it just kept going up and up and up. And that's why those older Disney movies are popular, like Fox and the Hound, Cinderella, Pinocchio and stuff. They were all made by Walt Disney himself, but nowadays Disney stock is kind of going down a little bit. It's going down a lot, and I hear Disney Plus is losing millions of subscribers. Yep, I know there's still people that pay lots of money. I mean, they still make money, but not as much as they used to, because if this continues for them, they'll lose lots of money, because with George Lucas being in charge of stuff, a lot of Star Wars fans are going to love the live action films once again, like with the prequel era and stuff, because everything Dave Filoni did, like Tales of the Jedi, Bad Batch, they were all good, just as good as the older ones and stuff, from 2008 to 2011. Clone Wars Season 6 came out in 2014, Season 7, 2020, and Season 7 was really good, especially when it was written by Dave Filoni, because if we can get George Lucas back into the Star Wars and stuff, people will love Star Wars, and guess what? Star Wars is going to go up, up, up again if George Lucas is in charge of it. And it's already 2024 and stuff, and George Lucas was like born in 1960 something, 1949. Wow, he still looks recognizable. even in pictures and stuff, because if we get Lucas back, and if George Lucas can get his franchise back, create more Star Wars films alive, because we'll have something to enjoy once again. Yeah, because about live action Star Wars, we get them once a year, because what it's doing is a lot of people are kind of getting bored of the live action stuff, because everything George Lucas created, it wasn't once a year that the trilogies came out and stuff. When the first Star Wars movie came out in 1974, 1973, 1980, 1983, because it took at least 2 years for its release. When the first one was done, like the very first Star Wars, it took 2 years for The Empire Strikes Back to release, or 3, or not even more, or even more. Like Return of the Jedi probably took 4 or 3 years for its release after The Empire Strikes Back, and then George Lucas stopped making Star Wars for 20 years and stuff. Came out with the Phantom Menace. After Phantom Menace, it took at least like 3 years for Attack of the Clones for its release, trailer, TV spot release, and then after the release of Attack of the Clones, it probably took like 4 years for Revenge of the Sith to release, and that was how Star Wars was going up, because when George Lucas was in charge, that's why Star Wars never failed and stuff, because when the original trilogy came out, it was all something for everybody to remember, because even though he stopped for 20 years, a lot of people liked Star Wars, and more people went to see it, and money kind of came to George Lucas a lot, and then 20 years later when he came out, because it wasn't like every year a Star Wars movie or show came out. So with the live action series, the Clone Wars series, a lot of people liked it, especially the younger generation. So that's why Star Wars was up when George Lucas was in charge. But Star Wars movie once a year and stuff, and especially the shows, that's why Star Wars has been going down a little bit, especially with technology. You can just defade and stuff, make that person look younger again. So that's why it kind of went down and stuff, because it was no longer enjoyable. I mean, not only that, it's just when you produce something and you just kind of rush and stuff, when it takes like a while and stuff, it's supposed to be like a work of art and stuff, something that you kind of put into the film, kind of a passion you have. And a lot of people feel that through these movies. I mean, when they're rushed, especially with a lot of editing softwares, especially with more money and stuff, yeah, you can make as much movies as you want, but after it's released, a lot of people feel like you're milking it, No, so with George Lucas in charge, I think Star Wars will become great again. So, guys, that's all I have to say. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook. Hit like and subscribe. Bye.